A Springfield man's been arrested following a shooting over the holiday weekend. Just before noon Sunday, officers were called to the 100 block of Boston Road after a person was allegedly shooting at another car, but instead hit an uninvolved vehicle. Then yesterday around 3 p.m., an officer saw the suspect in his car near the intersection of Mill Street and Locust Street. The driver, identified as 20-year-old Jaiden Thomas, had a loaded semi-automatic handgun with a defective serial number, prompting his arrest. He now faces a slew of gun charges.